The following program is intended for a mature audience. Viewer discretion is advised.
This I've got to see.
It's worth watching, so stay tuned.
Welcome, gentlemen. Tuesday, January 19, 2021. We're still in Savannah. We're going to be heading back this weekend. We're actually going to stay over in Charleston, North Carolina this Friday and Saturday. I wish you'd catch the trolley history tour in North Carolina. That'd be sweet too. That was funny. If you guys haven't done the trolley hop on off in Savannah, you got to do that. Get down to Market Street, see the amazing history of the city, founded in 1733. That's like yesterday to those of you in Spain. Exactly. Ian's like, whatever. That was like last week. Whatever, that don't count. Piotrowski, good to see you, buddy. Hussein's here. Good to see you, gentlemen. If you haven't met this lovely lady right here, this is Miss Cynthia Kruse. She's been taking men's work courses and classes and living men's work for over 20 years. We've been in private practice together for going on 5 years now. Thanks for being here, Cynthia.
Thank you for having me. And thanks for the trolley rides. That was really fun.
Oh, you're welcome.
The trolley rides.
The hop on and off trolley rides, baby. As Bradbury would say, hop on my trolley.
And there was a daytime and a nighttime version of that.
Yes, there was.
Was that in the neighborhood of make-believe?
That's right. What? One of them was. Flash back in time, the ghost crew. Yeah, good to see you, Rob. So you said your fuel pump's coming in. Huh? It's not there yet?
Yeah, it was supposed to be here yesterday, so I figured, well, I'll give it a jump start and get everything dismantled, and sat around waiting. And about 5:30 yesterday, got the message, oh, it's delayed in shipping. So it is what it is. So I'm still waiting on it. Got the truck the whole garage smells like gas fumes, but it is what it is. What can you do about it, you know?
Yeah.
It's ready.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's ready to pop in when it gets here. So
that makes me think about relationship, Rob. Sometimes the truck is all over the garage, smells like gas. You're waiting for the fuel pump to pop in. It hasn't arrived by Amazon yet.
Yeah.
Just want to pop in that new part to the relationship.
Exactly. Get it wet. You want to get it in that tank and get it wet.
That's my motto. Get it wet and stick it in. Wait, what are we talking about now? Christian came in at the right time. Good to see you, buddy. Chris is here. Dave's here. I saw Walters come in. Love to see you guys. Love that your camera's on. Let's go ahead and get it started. Thanks for being here, gentlemen. We love that you're here. Welcome to the show. Yeah, your man starting to rise in the world. She's begging to be tasted is going to be Cynthia's sexcapade spot today. I snuck a peek before the show. I see these like 2 minutes before I just showed that right there for you guys. Well, okay, 6 minutes. I lied. 6 minutes before you guys saw that. She's begging to be tasted. Our theme this week is the art of relationship and seduction. We've got one of our 6-month relaunch groups. Actually, this is the 6th month for one of our groups. And they're wanting to go ninja level in the art of seduction and seducing their wives and knowing what to do. Along those lines, I actually am going to talk a little bit about the 3 principles, which Michael Neal talks about in his book, Inside Out. And that's what Michael Neal, Neill, talks about within his books and his foundation of his, let's say, spiritual belief, the way he looks at spirituality, consciousness, and thought. Are the 3 principles. I'll talk about that briefly today for a little bit of an introduction, because we need to understand why the underlying foundational work that's forever true. And then we've got the egoic, I need to pay my bills, I want to get my cock touched today, in the moment. Wait, I did just say that. So that was funny. You wanted to say the word cuck the other day. I'm like, cuck is a whole different cuck is a different thing. Oh, I'm pumped up for today's show too, because we cliffhangered Cynthia's sexcapade spot yesterday. I thought she was going to just pick up with grapes. If you missed yesterday's show, there was some red grapes in the picture and she was wet as well. This girl seems to be wet as well. That's like a theme.
Yeah, it's spontaneous wetness. It does happen.
It does happen through this work.
Yes.
That's right. Through this work, it does happen. I've got a few different posts from the forum today, from our private Facebook forum. Got a couple more posts today. One has a response from the famed Sven Masterson, who is a friend of ours, a colleague of ours. He and I are putting on retreats this upcoming year as well. Those are going to be announced. He and I have done a podcast. We did one in December and one in January. I did it with him the end of last week, and I haven't published it yet. I did some editing. I say podcast, but we did shoot video, and I've got a video as well. So I'm going to release that today. It's about an hour and a half long. I did it with Sven. That one's on insecurity. And the subtitle of that one is Mommy Doesn't Want to Fuck Her Little Boy. That was our subtitle for insecurity. So he and I will talk about that. I'll release that today. I did some fun editing with that one. But for our show today, let me get rid of Hulk Hogan. Yeah, you got your spot today. That's okay. To start us off, we're going to get into our staircase of courage question like I usually do. And then we're going to get into the 3 principles and questions from the forum. If you guys don't have anything in particular, I always, like I say every single day, I want you to raise your hand. It's no longer the Smurf blue hand. I think it's a yellow hand now. If you know maybe Fred knows. Fred, who's a cartoon character that has a yellow gloved hand? I don't know the answer to that. I haven't looked yet. Fred is yeah, there you are. Fred's
yellow
our
gloved hand.
Yeah, gloved hand that's yellow. Because now it's not a Smurf hand anymore. It's a yellow.
The Simpsons.
Ooh, I don't know. The Simpsons, so they have a yellow hand? Fred, that's your homework, Fred. That's your homework to figure that out. You're like, fuck, all right, I'll Google it right now. Cool. So yeah, raise your Simpson hand, and that's pretty good. That's a good guess. They're yellow skin, right?
Yes.
So raise your Bart Simpson hand in the participants section of Zoom. Go down to participants, raise your hand if you want to come in today. Otherwise, always feel empowered as long as you're, reasonable to unmute yourself and come on in. There's not usually a yelling match, but if we have to have a yelling match, then Steve is going to throw down. He's going to knock it in. No, he's not. I'll find somebody else that's going to do it. Pietrowski, once he fixes his truck, is going to do it. Once he gets some, lubes it up and puts some fuel in the tank. Billy, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for turning your camera on. I love it. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into our staircase of courage question today. If you are not driving, punch the answer to this into the chat. This is to make yourself aware of how you sabotage. So how do you subtly betray yourself? That's our question for the staircase of courage today. There is a PhD Stanford researcher and professor, Kelly McGonigal, who I've been researching the past few days. And she teaches neuroscience and also about willpower and behavior. And she says we want to be aware of 2 things. Number 1 is how far we've come. So you want to give yourself credit for how far you've come. And the second thing is to consistently and continually journal about how your mind gives you excuses or how you sabotage yourself or how you betray yourself. So this is part 2. Part 1 is to honor yourself of how far you've come. And part 2 is how do you subtly betray yourself? What does your mind say, or how do you make excuses? So punch into the chat. How do you subtly betray yourself? Whether it's, your own self or in relationship, or you fall away from your morning routines, your daily routines. How do you subtly betray yourself? This is a theme in one of our relaunch groups as well. So punch that into the chat. And while you do that, I'm going to show just this picture here, this clip I grabbed of the 3 principles. So if there was something to screenshot today, this would be definitely one of them. The 3 principles, Michael Neal talks about these, are mind, consciousness, and thought. I'm alive and I'm aware of that, and I'm aware of my thinking. This creates my reality. This is the simplest way to describe the 3 principles that I have found in, let's say I read about 4 books about this. George Pransky, Dr. George Pransky, in his book, The Relationship Handbook, he uses the 3 principles. Michael Neal's books all talk about the 3 principles. I just bought a new one on parenting by, I think it's Jack Pransky. That's not the same as George Pransky, so I'm not sure if Jack is his son or not. I'll have to look that up. But he talks about parenting in this way as well. So I'm alive, I'm aware, and I think. That's my reality. So I'll come back here and chat about this for a second. So Michael Neal talks about it like we have an old movie reel where we put actual film on the movie reel, and the reel is projected onto the screen. So the screen itself is our awareness, we're aware that there's something being projected onto the screen. And if there were no screen, we wouldn't be aware of what's happening.
To watch the rest of this episode for free and other episodes, go to greatmenmovemountains.com/VIP. Punch in your info and watch the rest for free.
Get more affection, love, and sex in your marriage. Get less paralyzing fear and rejection. Never miss an episode. Watch anytime, anywhere, 3 a.m. on the toilet. Get full episodes. GreatMenMoveMountains.com/VIP. The C Note Show.